Hey guys, welcome back to some more Motorsport Manager and part 9 of Season 4 of our Scuderia Ferrari career mode. And today we have the British Grand Prix back home and the second episode of the Thursday slot at 8 o'clock. So that is where this series will fit in now. Every Thursday at 8 o'clock this series will be out until the end of this season, when I think this particular series on Motorsport Manager will be coming to an end. But yeah, we'll see about that as the season goes on. So big news for you. I've dropped Giovinazzi again. We've brought back in Stroll. Probably shouldn't have dropped him in the first place on reflection. I mean, if you look at Giovinazzi's last 3 races, yes, his qualifying pace has been very good, but in the race, 20th, 2nd and 17th is not good enough. So yeah, it's a brutal sport, and I think Lance Stroll has had a good season so far, and I don't think he deserved to be dropped after that. So yeah, we'll give him another chance and see what he can do at the seat. See if he can get some good points for us in this race. So let's get into it. Just like last time, we will be doing the whole simulation of most of the sessions, mainly because of time restraints. I am back at uni now, so doing one of these episodes is quite a commitment. It's about 45 minutes to an hour if you do it properly. So we will just be simulating, trying to keep the episodes down to about 20-25 minutes. I think that'll be good for the rest of this season. So hopefully you guys are good and still enjoying the series. I do have a couple of ideas of what to do with Motorsport Manager once we reach the end of this season. You know, whether it be do another season of this, or whether it be go on and start a new Motorsport Manager series. I think it'll more likely be the latter. So in practice, because Kimi is injured, we will just go for Gio and Lance Stroll and see how they do. It's not going to matter particularly how they do in this session, but hopefully they can get some good knowledge in the car, and yeah, not pointless knowledge. So they've come out now and they're doing, looks like, qualification trim setups. Looks like Soft is going to get a good look in as well, which is great to see. Super Soft is already purple. So no, that's a very, very good session, and we finished 1 and 2. I mean, you can't ask for much better than that. Giovinazzi slightly quicker than Lance Stroll, only a 10th, but we're the quickest car so far, although the Mercedes were on the medium tyres and very, very close to us, so it could be pretty tough, although it is going to be raining. We will have a look at the forecast. It is going to dry up, so this is a bit of a risk, simulating Q1 and Q2, because there is a bit of a variable in there, isn't there? So yeah, we'll go for a bit more of a low downforce setup. 13, 23, and then maybe that. Yeah, go for that. A lot more top speed. Go for something like that on Lance's car, and for Kimi we will go for let's just have a look. So that was great. Maybe we'll go for something like that then, and top speed was great. Yeah, well, we'll stick for that for Kimi. I think that's a decent setup. So let's simulate Q1. I think we should be able to get through. I'm just a little bit worried that people are going out on the inters, but everybody should be. So Stroll goes quickest initially. Both cars are through as it stands. We're going to go out there on the super soft tyres though. Can Kimi get through? Yes, he can, just. Ooh, that was close. 4th and 5th though, which is alright. Kimi Räikkönen very, very slightly quicker than Lance Stroll. But going out in Q1, Julian Palmer, Pagenaude, Power, Van Dorn and Frins. So that's that. We will simulate Q2 as well. Yeah, it's a little bit laggy for me this, but hopefully it'll improve in a minute. Kimi Räikkönen currently quickest, although they're going out on softs again, so it's going to be a race to the line. Both of them through once again, very, very luckily in 3rd and 5th. So we're looking alright. I don't think we've quite got the pace of the Mercedes this weekend, but going out in Q2, Pierre Gasly, Helio Castroneves, Nico Hülkenberg, Danny Kvyat and Santino Ferrucci. So let's get into Q3. This is where the weekend really starts for us. And oh, he's not happy with that setup, is he? He's not happy at all. So we'll go for maybe a little bit more of that. We'll go for that. Yeah, maybe that for Lance. Get him straight out there, hopefully. And Kimi a little bit more happy with his setup, so send him out on that. And hopefully they won't go out at the same time, but they have, inevitably. But Kimi, remember, is struggling with his dodgy neck, so you know we can't expect him on pole position today. But hopefully Lance Stroll can show why we've promoted him back to this hot seat. Yeah, I think we should be able to compete for 3rd and 4th. I think that's where we should be. I don't think anybody would really complain about that particularly. So yeah, I think that'll be good. So they've started the flying lap now. We're going to move that down to just 2. Kimi Räikkönen marginally quicker than Lance Stroll at the minute through the 1st sector. What about the 2nd sector? Lance Stroll is actually going quicker through the 2nd sector, so that's very, very interesting indeed. And Lance Stroll visibly quicker on track through this 1st lap, and Lance Stroll goes quickest with Hamilton in 2nd, Bottas in 3rd, and Räikkönen 4th. What a lap from Lewis Hamilton in that Force India, maybe making Räikkönen's lap look absolutely terrible. Stroll's lap looked very ordinary, and well, is Sainz gonna do that anyway? He comes through and he goes half a second quicker than Lance Stroll. What about Daniel Ricciardo? He's gonna come through this final turn now. He comes up to the line and he goes 2nd. So we are a little bit off the pace of Mercedes around here, which is not surprising. That's exactly what we were expecting, but hopefully we can say that was just because of the traffic, that Kimi Räikkönen was just a little bit slower than you'd expect. We're actually going to move Stroll onto a bit more of a high downforce setting and see how that does for him. Currently 3rd, we could possibly jump Ricciardo up to 2nd. This is very laggy for me. Sorry about that, there's not much I can do in the middle of a recording, but yeah, hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. I know that we've had our fair share of problems with lag in this series so far, but hopefully the racing is exciting enough for you. But yeah, Kimi Räikkönen down in 7th place at the moment, really looking to get him up into a high position. I mean, Carlos Sainz is obviously looking like the favourite this season for the championship. There's not much anybody can do about that. He's in the fastest car, but Kimi Räikkönen only a 10th slower in sector 1. Lance Stroll slightly quicker than his teammate Räikkönen through the 1st sector. Kimi Räikkönen coming through now, looking good enough for 4th at the moment, but Lance Stroll is looking like the man to watch. Kimi Räikkönen is going to come up to the line. Where's he going to go? He goes 4th for now. What about Lance Stroll though? He comes up to the line and he stays 3rd. A better lap, but only 3rd and 4th for us. 2 tenths separating our drivers. And it'll be interesting to see if the likes of Bottas and Verstappen can get above us, or if Hamilton can maybe pose a threat. I don't think he will, and the rest of the people are on old tyres. So that's that then. We'll keep an eye on Bottas. He is going quicker through the first sector. What about the second sector? He's going quicker again. He could go quicker than Kimi here. Bottas now coming up to the line. And he goes 4th, so he does go above Kimi. What about Verstappen? He's come through now, and he goes 5th. So we're 3rd and 6th now on the grid. Kimi Räikkönen just a little bit slower, and that's unfortunate. But Carlos Sainz Jr. once again on pole position for the British Grand Prix, looking very, very good in that Mercedes car. And yeah, it's going to be tough to take them on this season. They've got the reliability sorted, and they've got the pace. You know, they've got about half a second over us. So that's the way it goes. But Lance Stroll, good return to the car, qualifying in 3rd place. Kimi Räikkönen will be disappointed with 6th, I think, but certainly still all to play for in the Grand Prix. And yeah, setup looks good. We're going to attack from the outset. We've traditionally had good starts this season, so hopefully we can get off the line well. Maybe jump Danny Rick into turn 1. Maybe even Carlos Sainz off to a bad start. But lights out, away we go. Lance Stroll off to a terrible start. Kimi Räikkönen off to a decent start. And he manages to jump his teammate at turn 1. Lance Stroll down to 7th at the moment, but Kimi Räikkönen up to 5th. Carlos Sainz Jr. off the line well, and the two Mercedes leading quite nicely after turn 1. The force in of Lewis Hamilton is up to 3rd. Kimi Räikkönen down to 7th as Lance Stroll drops all the way to 14th place on this opening lap. That's an absolutely terrible start, and Kimi Räikkönen struggling to hold on to 7th here. We have Pierre Gasly behind us. Hopefully Räikkönen can get Senna around this final sector, and he does. He moves into 6th position now. Can we get past, or back past the Red Bulls I should say? They're going to be troublesome this race if we can't get past them now. He gets past Verstappen though quite easily, and Kimi Räikkönen up into 5th now, trying to push on Valtteri Bottas for 4th place, and he's having a look down the inside. Kimi Räikkönen definitely trying everything he can. We're going to pit Lance Stroll in this lap. We're going to put him on to the soft, we're going to put him onto the mediums so he can push like crazy this lap, mainly because he's down in 15th place. He's not looking good. I'm going to go on medium now for Kimi Räikkönen, who's battling with Valtteri Bottas in that 3rd sector. We're going to move the pace up now. Kimi Räikkönen now having a look at Valtteri Bottas through this final turn, and he comes up to the line. A bad exit though, and Verstappen is now having a look. Lance Stroll into the pits, and he's back out again, and he's going to be in 20th place, but hopefully he can push a little bit on these tyres and get back into this race. That is what we are hoping for from Lance Stroll. Hopefully he can gain some time through the pit stops and through not losing time off being on dodgy tyres. So we're going to bring in Kimi Räikkönen this lap, and we're going to put him onto the soft tyres, and that should be absolutely fine. So we'll absolutely push him into the pits and see what he can do. And here we go, Kimi Räikkönen into the pit lane, and it's a good pit stop, 5.7 seconds. Not the fastest we've seen, but he's going to come out and just ahead of Lance Stroll. Wowee! Lance Stroll made up a lot of time on that outlap there, and that is exactly what we needed. And that's what we've got to hope now with Kimi Räikkönen, that he can do exactly the same as Lance Stroll there. We're going to push him as well, but this fighting isn't going to help us at the moment, at this stage of the Grand Prix. But Kimi Räikkönen now into his groove, is pulling away a little bit, and now coming through. Who's he going to be ahead of? He's ahead of Verstappen. That's exactly what we wanted. Kimi Räikkönen back ahead of Max Verstappen, who's already making a move. Verstappen through, and Kimi Räikkönen can't do anything there. And we are currently 19th and 20th. Hamilton has already pit. He's ahead of us. So that's happened. We've now got Carlos Sainz in the pits. And it looked like he was having a bit of work done on the car, but he's fine. He's back out in 12th position. not too far ahead of Kimi, but behind Lewis Hamilton, interestingly enough. So that's what's happening right now. Pierre Gasly currently leads the Grand Prix on the soft tyres. Castroneves in second with Ferrucci in third on the medium tyres. We've got a whole bunch of hopefully one stoppers at the front. We've got Hamilton leading the charge of people who've pit, with Carlos Sainz just behind him, but Carlos Sainz might have to pit again. That's the one concern they'll have. But yeah, Lance Stroll not too far behind Kimi Räikkönen. He's just been overtook by Senna. Oh, he goes wide. Stroll went wide. That was terrible. Just a lock up there, unfortunately. And that's just as a result of pushing so hard. Kimi Räikkönen comes through up into 12th place, although, you know, he's a net 5th at the moment. It's not brilliant. And we are struggling, to say the least, to keep up with the likes of Mercedes, and I said the Red Bulls would be a problem if we couldn't get past them, and they've proved to be just that. Kimi Räikkönen coming through now. Who's in the pits? Van Dorn and the likes. Still got a few people that haven't pit so far this race. Kimi Räikkönen making a move on one of them now in Paganord. We've got Daniel Ricciardo just behind as well. So Kimi Räikkönen up to 8th, Lance Stroll in 12th at the moment. This is intense. Daniel Ricciardo's just sailed past us there. Kimi Räikkönen is not on form today. And yeah, we're just losing valuable points in the Drivers and Constructors Championships. Oh, somebody's gone off. Somebody's gone off. That was Verstappen, I think. Verstappen made a mistake. Räikkönen up to 7th now. But lots of people have come into the pits. We've got Ricciardo with a problem here. Pardon me. Got Castroneves leading the race. He might be going 0 stop here. Sainz is in second. Not looking too clever. We're going to move these down onto neutral. Mainly because the tyres are going to run out. Sainz Jr. is taking the lead of the Grand Prix, but will he come into the pits? We're 6th and 8th at the moment. And 7th place Bottas is going to come into the pits, so it looks like people are going to take the risk, come into the pits and try and use fresh tyres to good effect, but there's only 2 laps remaining. Ricciardo ahead has a problem. Ferrucci looks like he's going to go to the end of the Grand Prix. Castroneves looks like he's going to go to the end of the Grand Prix, so this is very, very interesting at the moment. These guys could really help shake up the championship here and not help us. But that's Daniel Ricciardo. Daniel Ricciardo has a problem. He has a problem. He's slowing down. We're 5th and 6th now. That's not good for Danny Ricciardo. I mean, Castroneves is making a move on Carlos Sainz for the lead of the Grand Prix. Castroneves is leading. I can't believe this. Whoa, what's happening to Sainz Jr.? Sainz is just dropping down. Hamilton's past him now. Can Kimi Räikkönen get him on the line? He's coming up now. No, he can't. Kimi Räikkönen went down to 10th. It was Lance Stroll that finished 5th. What happened on that last lap? I imagine just people lost all of the tyres there. Castroneves has won the Grand Prix. Ferrucci in second. Lewis Hamilton finishes 3rd with Carlos Sainz Jr. in 4th. That is unbelievable. What an unbelievable Grand Prix. And there you have it. There are the results. I don't know what happened to Sainz Jr. in the end there. But ultimately, well, Verstappen's had a penalty as well. Sorry, my throat is really dry at the moment. Kimi Räikkönen loses points Losers ground, Sainz Jr. leading the way by 30 points. Verstappen in 3rd at the moment. Lance Stroll in 6th, 100 points behind the leader. But there's still a long way to go. Lance Stroll could still get back into it, but that is absolutely crazy. And I think I'm going to do the outro and have a nice glass of water. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you leave a like down below. It really does mean a lot for me and for the channel, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.